Oh, something.
Yeah, that's nice.
Holy shit, moly, all right.
After more than a decade of digging, Rick and Marty Lagina are on the verge of the biggest breakthrough ever seen on Oak Island, and shocking new details are being leaked. The team's work in the garden shaft has allegedly uncovered a perfectly preserved, man-made room deep underground. You won't believe what the scans show is inside, or the ancient Roman artifact that was supposedly found nearby. This leak suggests Season 13 won't just be another season of searching, it will be the season they find the impossible. 100 feet down. Get this. The entire narrative of Oak Island may have just been turned on its head. For years, the Fellowship has pulled up tantalizing but ultimately inconclusive clues: waterlogged wood, coconut fiber, a few old coins. But the latest leak, supposedly coming from a disgruntled production insider, is a whole different ballgame. The source claims that during off-season preliminary scanning in the garden shaft, the team got a sonar reading that was so clear, so impossible, they had to run the test 3 separate times. The image that came back wasn't of a loose object or a wooden barrier, it was a perfectly rectangular man-made chamber. Believe it or not, the dimensions are said to be roughly 10 feet wide by 15 feet long, located at a staggering depth of over 140 feet. That's like burying a secret room underneath a 14-story building. The engineering required to build something like that centuries ago without modern equipment is just mind-boggling. We're talking about an operation that would have required hundreds of workers, years of secret labor, and a level of planning that defies belief. It's funny when you think about it. Everyone has been focused on the supposed money pit.
I mean, Rick and I, 60 years later, are going way underground in the money pit area.
A chaotic, collapsed mess, while this pristine structure was sitting just a stone's throw away. Here's the kicker, though. The sonar didn't just show an empty room. The scans, according to the leak, revealed at least 3 large, dense rectangular objects sitting on the floor of the chamber. The density readings are off the charts, consistent with heavy chests, possibly filled with metal, gold, silver, or something else entirely. But the most shocking detail, the part that has the team in a complete frenzy, is what the chamber is lined with. The sonar was able to detect a thin metallic layer coating the entire interior. This mysterious metal seems to be the reason the chamber has survived intact for so long, perfectly preserved from the crushing pressure and acidic water that has destroyed everything else. The team supposedly took core samples from the surrounding soil and found trace elements of this strange alloy, confirming its existence. This isn't just a treasure vault, it's a time capsule. But the metal lining is what truly shatters the entire Oak Island timeline.
In here, we're seeing something out of place, but there has to be more.
A Roman ghost on the island? Hold on a second, because this is where things get really crazy. The preliminary analysis of those trace metal elements came back with a result that nobody was prepared for. The lining of the hidden chamber is reportedly a lead-silver alloy. Now that might not sound like much, but for historians, that's a 5-alarm fire. That specific type of alloy was a hallmark of advanced Roman engineering. It was used to line aqueducts, seal important documents in protective casings, and most importantly, line the tombs and sarcophagi of high-ranking officials and emperors to preserve them. It was incredibly expensive and difficult to produce, a sign of immense wealth and power. This immediately recontextualizes some of the most baffling finds on the island. Remember the Roman pilum, a type of javelin head found seasons ago? Or the coin that some experts dated back to the Roman Empire? At the time, they were dismissed by many as stray items dropped by a collector or perhaps part of a much later treasure hoard. But a massive underground chamber lined with a Roman alloy changes everything. It suggests that those finds weren't random. They were markers, evidence of a planned, sophisticated operation on Oak Island conducted by people with direct knowledge of Roman-era technology over 1,000 years before Columbus even set sail. The sheer implications are staggering. How could this even be possible? Mainstream history says there's no way Romans or anyone from that era made it to North America. But the evidence is starting to stack up. This wasn't just a few lost sailors washing ashore, this was a major construction project. One theory being thrown around is that a group, maybe the predecessors to the Knights Templar possessed ancient Roman knowledge and artifacts carrying the torch of the fallen empire. They could have used this forgotten technology to build their ultimate hiding place. The Lagina brothers didn't just stumble upon a pirate's treasure, they may have stumbled upon proof that the entire timeline of North American history is wrong.
Holy shamoly, all right.
This Roman link redefines the treasure, but it's the chamber's location that points directly to the Templars. Nolan's hidden point. Here's the thing about the Knights Templar. They were masters of banking, logistics, and above all, misdirection. Their secrets were protected by layers of codes, symbols, and clever deceptions. What if the money pit was the greatest deception of all? This newly discovered Roman chamber, according to the leaks, is not located at the site of the original money pit. It's offset by a significant distance, situated in a spot that aligns perfectly with a previously unknown geometric point in the pattern of Nolan's cross. It's not the center of the cross, but a key marker on its outer edge, a place you would only look for if you knew the complete design. This has led to a radical new theory on set. The chamber isn't the final treasure vault. It's a decoy, a ritual antechamber, or a tomb. The intricate flood tunnels and bizarre booby traps make more sense if they weren't just protecting gold, which is replaceable, but something sacred and irreplaceable. Think about it. The Templars were rumored to possess legendary Christian relics, the Holy Grail, the Ark of the Covenant, or the head of John the Baptist. These aren't items you just bury in a hole in the ground. You would entomb them with reverence in a sacred chamber built with the most advanced ancient knowledge you possessed. This Roman-style vault fits that description perfectly. The objects inside might not be chests of gold, but reliquaries. The treasure of Oak Island may not be financial, but spiritual and historical, a prize of unimaginable significance. This ties directly into the clues from Season 12 pointing towards the Knights of Malta, the successors to the Templars. The whole puzzle is starting to come together, with this new chamber as the missing cornerstone. The island itself is the lock, Nolan's cross is the key, and this chamber is the first of several tumblers that must be aligned before the real vault can be opened. The money pit may have been a sacrificial pit, designed to collapse and distract searchers for centuries, while the real prize lay waiting, untouched and perfectly preserved. If this is just a decoy, then where does the real path to the money pit lie? Doubts, drama, and the final dig. So what does this all mean for Season 13? It means everything. The entire focus will shift to excavating and physically reaching this chamber. The honeycomb drilling method, the dye tests, the constant scanning, all of that was leading to this. This will be the most expensive, complex, and dangerous operation the team has ever attempted. They know the location, they know the depth, and they have a pretty good idea of what they will find. The drama won't be in the search anymore. It will be in the recovery. Now, it's easy to be skeptical. After 12 seasons and so many letdowns, a lot of people have given up hope. You see the comments online. They'll never find anything, or it's all just for TV. And that frustration is understandable. But take a step back and look at this. For years, everyone has said, show us something real, not just another piece of wood. Well, if these leaks are true, this is it. A man-made metal-lined chamber from a time period that shouldn't exist in North America. This is the game changer. Does a discovery of this magnitude just happen overnight? Or have the Lagina brothers known more than they've been letting on? The thing is, this kind of breakthrough rewrites history books. It's not just about some old treasure anymore. This is about who really discovered the Americas and when. The implications are so massive, it's no wonder every step is taken with extreme caution. We, as viewers, are watching this unfold week by week, but for the team, it's a legacy. They are on the brink of answering a 230-year-old mystery, and this chamber might just hold that answer. But the biggest question of all remains unanswered. What is actually inside those chests?
That might have significant importance to what the island is trying to tell us.
The 8th Fellowship member. But here's a secret the show will never tell you. The Fellowship isn't just the handful of people you see on screen. For over a decade, a massive unseen force has been working on the mystery. An unofficial 8th member of the team, the fans. And their theories, once dismissed as wild speculation, are starting to look shockingly prophetic. For every shovelful of dirt moved on the island, there are 1,000 digital detectives in the online war room, forums like Reddit, and dedicated message boards dissecting every frame of the show. They aren't just watching, they're investigating. Believe it or not, these armchair experts are using tools that rival the team's own resources. They're using publicly available satellite imagery to find geometric patterns invisible from the ground, overlaying Zena Halpern's maps onto modern surveys with pixel-perfect precision, and running deep dives into historical shipping logs and Templar financial records that would make a university professor blush. Remember the French line theory that connected Nolan's Cross to landmarks in Europe? That wasn't a Marty and Rick discovery. It was born in the fires of late-night fan debate. These aren't just casual viewers. They're a global intelligence network crowdsourcing the solution to the world's greatest treasure hunt. Here's where it gets really interesting, though. The biggest secret isn't what the fans are finding, but who is listening. A source close to the production has hinted that the show's research team actively monitors these online communities. Think about that for a second. The next big aha moment you see in the war room might have originated not from an ancient map, but from a forum post by a retired engineer in Arizona. This creates a bizarre feedback loop. Are the producers simply gauging audience interest, or are they actively mining these fan theories for new leads to pursue on camera? The ultimate misdirection might not be a flood tunnel, but the illusion that the Fellowship is solving this alone. The truth is, they have millions of research assistants. This fan-driven frenzy has produced some of the most compelling and the most outlandish theories yet. While the team focuses on Templars and pirates, fans have connected the island to everything from Francis Bacon's lost Shakespearean manuscripts and Rosicrucian secrets to a Viking warlord's sacred burial site. Some of the more extreme theories even propose the money pit is not a pit at all, but the entrance to a hollow earth tunnel or the crash site of an ancient alien vessel. And while it's easy to laugh, you have to ask yourself, on an island where a pristine Roman-engineered chamber is supposedly found, is anything truly off the table? This brings us back to the bombshell in the garden shaft. The moment that leak hit the internet, the fan community went into overdrive. They were the first to point out that the chamber's lead silver alloy was also used by certain esoteric sects that descended from the Templars to preserve sacred texts. They were the first to cross-reference the chamber's depth with ancient numerology linked to the Knights. The Fellowship may have found the chamber, but the fans are already working on how to open it. Could the final key to unlocking the island's ultimate secret not be in an ancient text, but in a forgotten forum post from a decade ago?
That?
What? That?
Yeah.
That medieval cross.
Give me the cross.
So, is the Oak Island mystery a priceless Templar secret that will rewrite history, or the world's most elaborate and expensive goose chase? Let us know your thoughts below. Like and subscribe for more updates.